What is up, everybody? It's Alessio Paolucci here with Matthew Galusis, also known as Chimesy, and Gianluca Paolucci.
What's up, guys?
Obviously, my brother. You can tell by the
Last
face.
name.
We're here with Man Cave Hot Takes, an exciting episode here for you. We're talking Knicks basketball. It's gonna be fun. So just stick around and let's roll the intro. Everybody, today we're going to talk about the rejuvenated New York Knicks, a Knicks team we have not seen play like this since, I don't know, Carmelo Anthony and Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Matthew, take it away. We all know Jeremy Lin was one of your all-time favorites. You made videos recreating him.
I mean, I love Jeremy Lin ever since I was a kid. I remember seeing him.
Wait, pull up some of those videos or now?
It was Knicks vs. Warriors. I saw him at the end of the bench, and I was like, "Who is this little Asian kid on the bench? Is this like the water boy?" And then the next game, Knicks vs. Nets. You know, he just goes off, scores 26 points.
Yeah.
Leads the Knicks to a comeback W. Man, I was pumped.
Actually, funny enough, I just saw a video of it was Iman Shumpert. He was talking on some podcast, and he was talking about it was in the midst of Linsanity, so when we were actually relevant again on like today, and he was guarding Kobe, and he was all hyped because he had 2-3 steals, and then Kobe comes up to him and he smiles. He's like, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, he's like, "Good game, young fella." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I said good game." And he comes out, he's like, off the backboard catch to Pau Gasol, turn around, shimmy, fade, bang, like 10 straight points right there. He dropped like 20 points and ended with 34 on the game. He dropped 20 in the fourth quarter. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Jeremy Lin obviously still led the go-to New York Knicks team to a dub, but that's still a crazy story that I've heard of. Classic Kobe, yeah. And speaking of that Knicks team, actually, John Lou we're always running 2K. It's always his go-to team, the cheesy Carmelo Anthony and Jeremy Lin. So why don't you take the floor away and let us know how you cheese the system with them?
With who? Jalen or Carmelo?
Jalen and Carmelo. That 20 whatever was 2013.
I mean, Jalen makes every shot in 2K, like every shot, and so does Melo on that team. So it's pretty easy to just pop off.
I feel like they all have like A+ 3-pointers. Like you can just hit with anyone.
Yeah.
Like Steve Novak off the bench.
Yeah.
Iman Shumpert could even
a little
shoot.
Immobile, but
yeah.
Pop off with anyone. J.R. Smith, don't forget him.
The worst thing is I mix up Kenyon Martin and Carmelo Anthony all the time when I play with them. They look like the same exact person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, so what do we have? We had a 6-year period in between the last time, 7-year period from the last time we were relevant. Went through who knows how many head coaches, Jeff Hornacek, David Fizdale, one of the worst coaches I've ever seen in New York. We landed on Tom Thibodeau, and it does look like he's doing some good things for us. He looks like he's rejuvenated the young players and instilled some confidence in them. But I will tell you the real reason the Knicks are successful. Do you guys know what it is?
A new culture.
Nope. Guess who is back on the coaching staff?
Mike Woodson.
Mike Woodson, the goateed menace. I mean, I don't want to say it's why, but it's very obviously why. You don't go that long without winning games, then bring a guy back, start winning games. It's got to be because of him. It's got to be because of him.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a little stretch because Mike Woodson's an assistant coach. I don't think he does that much for the team.
Listen, it's called Man Cave Hot Takes for a reason. That is my hot take. Mike Woodson brought the culture change. They're putting it down as Tom Thibodeau, but I'm not buying it. It's got to be Mike Woodson. The guy knows how to lead a team. He knows. I
think he definitely helps out, but I don't think it's all him. It's got to be mostly Tom Thibodeau because you see the starters playing 30 to 40 minutes a game. We didn't see that for Fizdale, Hornacek, or even Woodson. So that's what I'm thinking. That it's mostly Thibodeau creating that culture.
Yeah, I mean, so it's also the players too. We went 6 years with watching, crunch time on the line. You know, who's taking the last shot? Who's taking the last shot? Last year, Reggie Bullock, he puts it up for the win. Brick. All right. Then the 2 years ago, I still remember this game so vividly. Kristaps fouled on a three-pointer, down 3 with seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We're all hyped. I'm like, I'm pumped. I'm like, Kristaps got this. Like, he's playing well. We got it. It was easy. First free throw, he's up there. He's like, all right. I'm like 80% free throw shooter. He's got it. Miss. Game over. Oh, good game.
Yeah, it was against the Hawks, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was the game that went into double OT.
That's been the story of the Knicks. That's been the story of the Knicks. And then this year, you know when I knew that changed? When R.J. Barrett made that crazy, like, between the legs, step back, mid-range jumper in the fourth quarter as the shot clock was dwindling down in a very close game. I'm not sure if you guys remember what I'm talking about.
Which game was that?
I can't remember who they were playing. Hold on. Give me a second.
I mean, listen, I've been high on R.J. Barrett ever since they drafted the kid. I've been saying, I know you guys probably disagree, but I think he could be the best of the three of Zion, Ja, and him. I think right now, honestly, to me, like, I would rather have RJ than Zion right now. Ja is a different story. I mean, he's also injured right now.
Ja's a different breed, though.
Yeah, Ja's a different breed, but I mean, when you compare the statistics of Zion and RJ, like, Zion has a few more points, but RJ has, like, similar rebound numbers and higher assist total. So, like, and they play similar amount of minutes.
All right.
That's why it's called
Which people don't.
All right. Yeah. Just because Zion waddles like a penguin doesn't mean he's bad basketball player.
I don't think he's bad. I'm just saying. I think RJ, like, his game is more versatile. Like, he's not just like
he's not just an inside scorer
around the rim all the time. RJ, yes, his jumper and, like, needs some work still, but even from last year, it's already improved significantly. And by that third year, that junior year in the league, I feel like it's going to be even
a big jump.
In all honesty,
it's going to be a magical year.
I don't think the Knicks have had somebody that can finish around the rim like RJ does in such a long time. Honestly, maybe since Carmelo Anthony. That little lace dribble he had
I think his
2 nights ago was I don't know. That was probably the best move I've seen him make in his career. Got by him, finished with his right hand from the left side.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of tough layups. Like, I remember
since last year he's been doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not new. And that's what, like, I saw in him, and, like, I was like, all right, if he just gets that jumper going, like, he's gonna be a special player. And, like, as of right now, that's what it seems like. He's on pace. And
speaking of the Jazz game, holy crap, was that a pile of dog shit in the second half we watched?
The Jazz.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. First half, we were on fire.
Well, I feel the problem with it, I feel like
Austin Rivers came out banging.
Yeah, and
then he gets 3 fouls.
They press the defense.
He gets out of the game. Thibodeau doesn't start in the second half, which was a huge blow, I think, for us. I feel like he could have definitely stayed on his hot streak. Rivers, I think, had 0 points in the second half on 0 for 4 shooting. You know, I feel like that was a big turning point. You also had the Knicks kind of just gave up on defense too. Like, Thibodeau needs to learn that it's not just a 2-team team. It's got to be like one team. You got to mix the starters and bench more. Because I think this past game, like, the second half, we had 4 combined minutes of starters and bench playing together. Like, you can't have that.
Austin Rivers, though. Yeah, I agree. He's got to start mixing up the teams. He tries too hard to stick with the set first and second team, not switching Emmanuel quickly with the starters, keeping Austin Rivers. You got to play the hot hand. You got to play the hot hand sometimes. Austin Rivers was styling and profiling, like hanging and banging, whatever Walt Clyde Frazier wants to say. He was doing it all. 10 for 10 through 1.5 quarters, where he didn't even play the full 1.5 quarters. 10 for 10, 2 shots away from breaking the all-time Knicks record
Yeah.
in consecutive makes in an entire game. He was 5 for 5 from deep, 23 points. He scored, or even 20. Did he have 25 or 23 points?
He had 25.
He scored 0
10
points
for
in the
10,
second half.
25.
Yeah.
0 points. He had 25 points in 27 minutes. And I gotta agree with Matthew. You gotta put him back out as soon as possible, even though that means taking him out for the rest of the second quarter and starting him in the third quarter. You
Yeah.
gotta ride the babyface assassin. I think great pickup by the New York Knicks. I didn't expect him to come out and play such a big role like he has. Even in games where he doesn't play that well, he has a bigger
He still
impact
tries to
on the
contribute.
players.
Yeah.
You see him helping the younger guys, even though he's not too old himself, but he does a good job mentoring the younger guys for sure.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only players that really, really wants to play in New York. He like embraces the New York environment. He takes all the heat. He works out extra. He worked out on like Christmas. Missed out
Pissed
with
off his
like,
wife.
yeah,
or
pissed
whatever.
off his wife. I feel like he's just a grinder, you know? And he's like one of those hot and cold guys. And you got to ride his hot hand, and you also got to bench him when he's cold. And Thibodeau needs to learn that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think it's definitely good to have him out there on the floor as much as possible, because he's part of building that culture, as you guys have been talking about, and building that foundation. He's one of the, like, this team is very young. All the players are like, what are they, under like 25, 26?
A good amount of them.
But yeah, I mean, and he's like even though he seems like he's a young player, he's like one of the vets on this team. And he's got the most experience. He's played with the Clippers. He's played with the Rockets. He's played with playoff teams. So he has that experience that he can help.
Watching that game though, I felt like Donovan Mitchell was tickling the balls of every New York Knicks fan across the state or even the country. I mean, the guy comes out, shits the bed in the first half. What is he, 1 for 10? Doesn't even, it looks like he can't hit water from a boat, right? He comes out in the second half, and then he's like, all right, this is for Phil Jackson falling asleep during my
pre-draft workout.
During my workout,
yeah.
Bang, 3. I'm like, all right, that's 1-3. He's all right. He's right. Gets fouled, 2 free throws. I'm like, all right, it's 2 free throws. He's probably gonna make them, but don't worry. Like 35 for 3. Bang. I'm like, oh fuck, we lost. Phil Jackson is screwing us even when he's not on the team. Phil Jackson doesn't have a role, and he's still screwing us.
You could also see it on the players' faces. Like, they knew it was over once he started heating up.
Yeah, you had Donovan Mitchell. You had that old waddling Joe Ingles shooting from the corner, like
Jingle,
and making everything in sight.
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich was splashing from deep. They gave up. Their perimeter defense in the second half for the New York Knicks was atrocious. Even though we do have to give some credit to the Utah Jazz, they just completely sucked the life out of the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like they could come back like they have so many times before. But you just got to move past it and hope that they could pick it up versus the Cavs tomorrow night, Friday night Knicks on MSG. Apparently, unfortunately, no front row seats, so no one's going to be there. But we will have Wally Wall and Walter Clyde there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, RJ and his new Pumas can continue his shooting success from the outside.
I think Mike Breen's also commentating that game, so we could get a legendary bang call from him.
Oh yeah. RJ Barrett dribbling out the clock for 3. Bang! Maybe a cow suit on the side. Who knows? It's always fun with those two.
Yeah.
The Knicks have had the Cavs number. I mean, I think they lost the last time they played them, but the preseason they killed them every game. Yeah, preseason, but
I mean, yeah, preseason doesn't really mean a lot. What were they? I think they were undefeated.
What are they? They're 1-1 versus them now.
Yeah, you gotta hope that Colin.
This is a pivotal game.
You gotta hope that Sexland and Garland don't come out firing like they have all season, because that would be unfortunate. Even Matthew's boy, Damyean Dotson. Gentlemen, why don't you pull up that picture for us really quick? Matthew's boy, the longtime New York Knick. He started for him for a while. He's playing well, averaging 15 as a starting point guard.
Yeah,
moving the ball well.
Whole team point guard.
Yeah,
As
I
they
mean,
called him.
hopefully you saw last game. He actually had made a crushing layup to the Knicks
Yeah, that
at
was
the very end
clutch.
of the game, and he hit a big three after hitting nothing all game. He hit a big three to secure the game.
This
So
is a pivotal game too. This is what Jazz are like 8-10, and the Knicks
the
are.
Jazz,
I mean, not Jazz,
the
Cavs.
Cavs, yeah, the Knicks are 8-11. The Cavs are 8-10.
This is like for the 8th seed right now. This could be like
So guys, can we see that picture? Sorry, it took a while.
Yeah, we got zoom. Wait, zoom in real quick. I gotta see this. Look at this guy with the Tim's, classic New Yorker. All right, Chimes, why are you smiling like this though? You're like,
I don't know. I was nervous around him, you know.
like
Also,
wait,
like
put
2 foot tall.
like yeah, like brother, like younger brother, I guess. Look, they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's Dotson, Matthew, and OG fan page creator of Damyean Dotson. They have had a good relationship. I still remember the first time we met him.
On the
Me and
train.
Matthew were going to a Yankees game, and we passed White Plains, and all of a sudden somebody hops on, and I'm
It
like,
was you
and
that
Matthew's
noticed him,
turned
right?
around. What?
You noticed them, right? Or you
I
noticed his
noticed him. You were
girlfriend?
turned around, and I see him, and I'm like, why the fuck does that guy look so familiar? And I'm like, holy shit, Matthew, that's Damyean Dotson. You're like, what? Where? We turn around, and your face turns over. You're like, oh my god, that's Damyean Dotson. And I'm like, dude, go say hi. Go say hi. You got to tell him it's your page. He follows you. And you're like, all right. And then you walk up to him, and you're like, yo, Dot, what's up? And he's like, oh yeah, what's good, bro? And you're like, I'm that guy. And he's like,
Yeah, I
what?
kind of
And
shit
you're like,
the bed.
I'm the guy. I have the phone, and he's like, what do you? And I'm
I
like,
have
he
the
runs the
phone.
fan page. He runs your fan page, Damyean.Dotson_news. He's like,
Shout out to
what's
Damyean.
up, man? And then you're like, yeah. And you go to walk away. I'm like, yo, you want me to take a pic? And you're like, yeah. And he ends up posting it on his
Story,
Instagram
yeah.
story, and a beautiful relationship blossomed since. And
That'll be my only ever affiliation with the New York Knicks, probably. And I feel like I took that time for granted, you know?
yeah, I mean, hopefully, we'd love to have him on the show.
You got to create more fan pages. Got to sign them up.
But yeah, I mean, to end, I just wanted to make my predictions for tomorrow night's game against the Cavaliers. And I'm telling you right now, you got money, put it all on the New York Knicks, not the spread, not the under on an over-under, because they always hit the under. Money line, New York Knicks. They're going to come out banging. You're going to hear a lot of Mike Breen. You're going to hear a lot of Walter Clyde, rhyming sounds. They're going to be moving and grooving, styling and profiling.
Spinning and winning.
Spinning and winning. A lot of RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's going for 20. Julius Randle, the crybaby. We'll give him 18. He'll have a double-double, but that's all I expect from him. Obi Toppin, though, he is the guy I'm telling you. It's his game tomorrow night. He's going to drop double figures. He's going to have a great game. Him and Emmanuel quickly are going to have a great connection. I expect a few alley-oops between the two.
Him, Obi Toppin, and Mitch Robinson. You know, Emmanuel quickly gets by those guards, draws in the bigs, lobs it up. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah.
I would like to see the matchup between I don't know how often it's gonna happen because Quickly's not starting, but between Quickly and Sexton.
Or Garland, yeah.
Yeah, or Garland, and see how he matches out.
Definitely RJ too. If RJ's playing,
that's a real test, you know.
3.
Yeah.
We got to see. Hopefully Andre Drummond does not, destroy the Knicks too hard. But like he did last game, the guy gets every rebound. Mitch's got to step up. But anyway, Chimes.
My prediction for this game, I think final score: Knicks 101, Cavs 92. I say Dot has 30 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds.
Talk about a hot take. Someone's got a videotape and send us to freezing cold takes. Anyway, John Lou, final score prediction. What do you got?
I'm going to have the Knicks pulling away with this one. I'll give it 116 to 103.
It's good
Go
prediction.
sticking with the stat.
defense.
103 points a game. Exactly
Yeah.
103 points allowed by the Knicks
Exactly.
D.
Yeah.
All right,
Strong
Chams, you want to?
End us off here.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on post notifications.